ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ these young filmmakers are making waves around the globe ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟਰੀ ਜੋ ਕਿ PBS ਤੇ ਵੀ ਦਿਖਾਈ ਜਾਊਗੀ ਔਰ ਬੇਵਤਨਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਅਫਗਾਨੀ ਸਿੱਖਸ ਦੀ ਸਟਰਗਲ ਬਾਰੇ once again ਇੱਕ ਗਲੋਬਲ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਦੱਸਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੋਏ ਹਨ ਹਰਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ from ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਟੀਵੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਪੈਸ਼ਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਨੂੰ in addition to your day job ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਫ ਟਾਈਮ ਕਾਲਿੰਗ ਬਣ ਚੁੱਕੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੁਨਰ ਕੌਰ ਜਸਰਤਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਐਂਡ ਜਸਕੀਰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਵੀ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਹਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਮੇਕਰਸ ਦੀ ਟੀਮ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹਰਬਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਸਟਰਕਚਰ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸੋ because this is not just some ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ragtag group of kids from high school ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਾਈਡ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਦੀ ਫਿਲਮ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ I mean this is pretty professional stuff obviously ਅਗਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਹੁਦਿਆਂ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਉਹ PBS ਹੋਏ ਜਾਂ various film festivals ਹੋਣ so how have you structured ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਟੀਵੀ?
That's a great question. So it was pretty clear from very beginning. It has to be organized very professionally. So the one thing, filmmaking has a different aspect. You know that. So there are writers, then there's a production team. Once production is done, you move to post-production. You're doing acting, you're doing sound, music, and finally distribution. So we created 7 teams because we realized every kid. I always say every kid is a genius. They're born genius.
Yeah.
We as parents, coaches, their mentors, we need to find that talent in them, so that genius in them. So 7 teams. So one team is for the kids who are interested in writing, kids who are interested in production, lighting, camera, team who's interested in acting or they want to host shows like Ashmita. And then there's a team which manages our digital channels now, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Then we have a team who are interested in graphic design. Even the logo of Nishkam TV is created by our students with the khanda. They said we're going to look at the world through a keen lens. That's how they created. And then we have a team which manages our website and a quarterly newsletter now. So 7 teams, and the kids can rotate because sometimes kids don't know what they're passionate about.
But they get to try different things out.
They try different things.
That's amazing.
So when we did our Seva documentary, which is actually on PBS, and I will share links so you can share with the audience. For Baywatana, so we had 2 teams because this was a documentary. So one team was responsible for research and content, and other team was responsible for production. And these are other set of students we saw 2 before. And they can talk about who did content, who did production, who did sound.
So Sunar, you did a lot of the content, the interviews, the research side. Tell us about your experience.
Yes, so ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ project ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਇੱਕ ਮਕਸਦ ਸੀ and that was to bring awareness and to actually tell these stories and bring this out to the world because that was our initial goal. We weren't doing this for any benefit. This is a passion that we all have, filmmaking, and we wanted to make our passion go to something good in this world and tell the stories of these Afghan refugees. So for me specifically, I worked on research and content and interviewing, and for our research we actually divided it up into 4 acts specifically for this documentary. Pre-conflict, which is everything that happened before the Soviets came to Afghanistan in 1979. Post-conflict, anything that happened afterwards. The displacement of these refugees as well as their settlement across the world. So we divided our research up like that and decided to focus our interviews on asking questions pertaining to specific areas depending on the person, what they can answer. And the overall interviewing process was very difficult because it was very emotional. It's very difficult to ask about certain things, especially just such a sensitive topic. And we wanted to make sure that these interviews were as authentic and as original and just as impactful as possible. So we did interviews in Hindi, Punjabi, English, just whatever the interviewee wanted to answer, like whatever would make them the most emotional and give us the best, most entire story. We wanted to be able to do that for this documentary because the entire purpose of it was to just bring awareness into story tell. So it was really difficult because we ended up interviewing 65 people. And there was 2 to 3 hours of footage per interview. And it's really difficult because at the end of the day, we had to decide what can we include, what should we leave out, but all of of it was so impactful and so important, and we wanted to make sure that every story was able to get heard.
And मैं दर्शਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਸੀ earlier this year Chicago ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ Parliament of World Religions ਹੋਇਆ ਸਾਰੀ ਟੀਮ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਫਿਲਮ ਵੇਖਣ ਦਾ and once again ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਮਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਛੋਟੇ ਹੋ the power of your work speaks for itself. You did an amazing job with the interviews, the clips, the sound bites that you did end up using. I mean, it's really it moves you. Just Ratan, tuhada eh pehla venture hai Nishkam TV de naal. How is it being this organization? And you're only in 10th grade, you're a sophomore. How does it feel to be working on such powerful stuff at this age?
Yeah, so this was my first project with Nishkam TV, and I was given this professional grade sound mixer.
Wow.
Because for Netflix or Amazon Prime to accept or to buy our projects, we needed these professional grade equipment. So I had absolutely no idea how to use a sound mixer. I had no prior knowledge in filmmaking or anything, but with a little bit of support from my mentor, my production team peers, my Baywatana family, I was able to do the sound production for Baywatana.
Wow. What a ringing endorsement, right? Ke once again किसी दी उम्र ते सिर्फ उन्होंने जज नहीं करना चाहिए उन्होंने capabilities ਨੂੰ look at what accomplishments you guys are racing towards at such a young age. Just Kirat, you've been with the team from the beginning, so you have the opposite experience. A organization the jo ek evolution rahi hai, how have you seen it grow over the years? I mean, you've grown with it. You're so young too, but you've been involved in some of these amazing projects. How does it feel?
Well, I feel great, to see how from our very beginnings we had very basic cameras, $200 cameras, and now this documentary we bought very high grade Netflix approved cameras, and I feel really proud and to see the improvement that all our teams went through from the ground up to now, like seeing our previous documentaries, Declaration of a Revolution, Seva, like our prior works, and then seeing this documentary and how great it is on the screen, I feel really proud of that.
And certainly the community is really proud of all of you guys. Of course, ਅੱਜ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੁਝ ਬੱਚੇ ਜੁੜੇ ਹਨ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਨਿਊਯਾਰਕ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਸੀ ਇਸ ਸਿੱਖ ਇੰਟਰਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਫਿਲਮ ਫੈਸਟੀਵਲ ਲਈ, but the team is massive. It's all over the country, and ਨਾ ਕਿ ਸਿਰਫ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਟੀਮ international level ਤੇ grow ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, but ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਵੱਡੇ ambitions ਹਨ. ਹਰਵਿਲਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੀ ਅਖੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ call to action ਕੀ ਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਿਸ਼ਕਾਮ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਵੋ. And once again, ਇਹ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਸਟੋਰੀਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਕੰਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ